Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games. e5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center, controls d4, and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and prepares to castle. Nc6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on e5, and eyes the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide, exchange or retreat. ba4 safely retreats the bishop while keeping pressure on the knight. Nf6 attacks the undefended e4 pawn and develops the knight at the same time. Castling gets the king out of the center and prepares to develop the rook to e1. b7 develops the dark-squared bishop and prepares to castle. 1 rupee centralizes the rook and protects the e4 pawn. b5 gains space on the queen side and forces the bishop to the b3 square. bb3 is forced, but the bishop is well placed because it attacks the f7 square. d6 defends the e5 pawn and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. c3 prepares the d2-d4 pawn break and clears the c2 square for the light-squared bishop. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. h3 prevents black from developing the light-squared bishop to g4, which would pin the knight and make it hard for white to play d4. bb7 puts the bishop on the long diagonal in a move called a fianchetto. d4 gains space in the center, allows the dark-squared bishop to develop and attacks the e5 pawn. Re8 puts the rook on a central file and vacates the f8 square for the bishop. Ng5 attacks the f7 pawn and threatens a bishop fork on f7. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. Master Games. It is the last book move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.